You were told a story about the past, a simple one, that humanity began in darkness, slowly crawling forward through ignorance, until finally reaching the peak of intelligence in the modern age. Primitive to advanced, stone to steel, myth to machine. But what if that story is wrong? What if the ancient world wasn't primitive at all? What if it was something else entirely? Welcome to Mysterious Encounters. Across the world, scattered like fragments of a forgotten memory, stand structures that refuse to fit the narrative. Massive stones, cut with impossible precision. Blocks weighing hundreds of tons, fitted together so tightly that not even a blade can pass between them. Structures aligned not just with the earth, but with the stars themselves. And not in one place, everywhere. Egypt, Peru, India, Mesopotamia, civilizations separated by oceans, yet connected by something deeper. The same knowledge, the same patterns, the same impossible question: how? Take a moment and consider this. Today, with all of our modern tools, machines, and technology, there are structures from the ancient world that we still struggle to replicate. Not symbolically, physically. Engineers have studied them, architects have analyzed them, scientists have measured them, and yet the answers remain incomplete. Because what we are seeing doesn't match what we've been told. In Egypt, the Great Pyramid stands as one of the most precise structures ever built, not just in size, but in alignment. Its orientation to true north is nearly perfect, more accurate than many modern constructions. The internal chambers, constructed with granite so hard, it challenges even modern cutting tools. And the question lingers, how was this done? Thousands of years ago? With copper tools? With rope and manpower? Or with something we no longer understand? Travel across the world to the mountains of Peru. There, in places like Sacsayhuaman, massive stone walls stretch across the landscape, each block uniquely shaped. Irregular, yet perfectly fitted together, like a puzzle that should not exist. No mortar, no gaps, just precision. Some stones weighing over 100 tons, lifted, placed, and locked into position with a level of craftsmanship that seems almost impossible. Even more strange, these stones show signs of shaping techniques that don't match known ancient methods, almost as if they were softened or molded rather than carved. And then there are the machines, or what remains of them. In the waters off Greece, divers discovered something unexpected. A corroded object hidden beneath the sea. At first, it looked like debris, but as it was examined, something became clear. Gears, interlocking mechanisms, precision components. This was no ordinary artifact. It was a device designed to calculate astronomical positions, to track celestial cycles, to predict events in the sky. A machine from over 2,000 years ago, with a complexity that wouldn't appear again until the development of modern clocks. And again, the question, how? But the deeper you look, the more unsettling it becomes. Because these aren't isolated anomalies. They form a pattern, a global pattern. Ancient texts speak of knowledge passed down from unknown sources, of gifts given to humanity, of beings or teachers who brought understanding of mathematics, astronomy, and energy. Stories dismissed as myth, symbolic, metaphorical. But what if they weren't? What if they were memories? Fragments of something real? Distorted over time? There are carvings that resemble modern technology, descriptions of flying machines, accounts of energy harnessed from the earth and sky. And while many dismiss these as imagination, others see something different. Echoes of knowledge that once existed and then disappeared. So what happened? How does a world capable of such precision, such understanding, simply vanish? Was it lost through time, destroyed by catastrophe, or removed deliberately Because here is where the story shifts. It's not just about what existed, it's about what remains hidden. History is not just a record of the past. It is a filter, a selection, a controlled narrative of what is allowed to be remembered and what is allowed to be forgotten. There are discoveries that never make headlines, findings that are quietly dismissed, artifacts that don't fit the accepted timeline, labeled as anomalies and pushed aside, because to accept them would mean rewriting everything. It would mean admitting that humanity may not be at its peak, but at a fraction of what once was. And that idea is dangerous, because if knowledge existed before at a level equal to or beyond our own, then it can exist again. And if it can exist again, then the systems built on control, limitation, and dependence begin to crack. So the question is no longer, did ancient civilizations possess advanced technology? The evidence suggests they did. The real question is, why don't we? Was it taken, hidden, or are we simply not meant to rediscover it yet? Because scattered across the earth, the clues remain in stone, in myth, in fragments of machines buried beneath oceans and sand, waiting not to be discovered, but to be understood. And maybe, just maybe, the ancient world wasn't the beginning of intelligence, but the echo of something we've already forgotten.